Here we go. Already starting in the morning. Looks like they're letting somebody in. Say they're blocking off the door. That leaves you open to home invasion. Instead of going to buy a key to let themselves back in, this is what you get, because there's 72 of them living in one apartment. So they got the door blocked open. So the date, time, and days down at the bottom of this video. Let me put it on pause to see what they're up to. So I don't know if you can tell how many minutes went by, but it's still open. So this is what I'm talking about. They were doing it before when they lived down here in apartment 2. They'd leave this door propped open like this, and then homeless people were getting in here and defecating right inside the door and peeing outside the door. So they're doing it once again, same way. Which I did report to zoning, the landlords, and everybody else that would listen. So again, just touching base, you can see the time change down at the bottom, date, time, and day. They're still gone. Door's still propped open. They've been gone now for, I would say, roughly, 10 minutes, going on 15 minutes. More than enough time for a homeless person to get in and pee and poop in the hallway like they were doing when I first moved in here. Okay. Now we got another person leaving the building. So how many people live in that one apartment? I'm kind of flabbergasted. It looks like 2 more are leaving. And I'm waiting for them to come back in because they had the door blocked open, but now this person's leaving. So there goes another one. Now that time it looks like the door's shut. Yeah, it's shut because there's no daylight coming through. So that's the third person. And there was 2 that left out and tried to block the door. Then all these minutes went by. You can see by the timer down below how many minutes went by. I was saying 15 minutes. I don't know. I was guesstimating. But then this person left out of there. So there you go. There's 3 people now come out of that one apartment. Good Lord. I mean, what did the landlords rent to? A family of 15 people in one apartment? I don't get it. They live like I remember Pottstown had a family of Ecuadorians living in my buddy's apartment. There was like 11 of them in one room. They were sleeping in the tub. They were sleeping everywhere. I mean, everywhere. You couldn't even step on the floor. There were so many of them in there. We worked maintenance in the building. My buddy of mine, I was working for his boss. And yeah, it was just nasty. They broke into his basement and tapped into his phone lines, and they were making calls back to Ecuador and like sex calls, like you could call up a hooker, or I don't know what they were doing, like phone sex or something like that. Back in the day when we had dial phones, where the rotary phones. So yeah, this was like years ago. Wait, is that door cracked? No, that's the light. I thought it opened up. But yeah, weird stuff going on. I mean, I've seen like at least 4 or 5, 6 people pile out of that apartment with a dog they had yesterday or the day before. They've been up in my 3rd floor apartment hallway, looking at my cameras, looking under my door, looking at my, up top where my smoke alarm is. I guess they were looking for cameras. And then they broke the back fire escape door. So I had to report it to zoning and the landlords. Now, I don't know. They're being kind of quiet for now anyway. So we'll see. So I'm going to try switching it over to another panel, whatever you want to call it, camera. I have this one zoomed in because that's where most of the activity's been happening here and in this window here. This is my newest camera. It's recording. You see the red thing down in the corner? That means it's recording. But it's back here. Oops, that's the wrong one. Hold on here, folks. There it is. So let's see. What the heck? It keeps... It's like somebody's coming in the front door. They are now? Thought they were. But that's the back door. I got that covered now. My mouse is messing up here. That's the back door. That's the camera I just installed. So it's covering that too, and it's recording. Down in the corner, you can see it. Motion sensor and recording. So there's all the panels outside. That's my front door in the corner Where's my hand? There it is. That's my front door right there. That's going up toward Redner's. This is the front of the house. I made this one the main one because, like I said, this is where most of the activity happens. They're coming up the steps to bother me. And this one in the corner I just installed last night. See the little red man? That means it's recording 24/7. So, in case there's a break-in, which anybody can walk in, they broke the door. So they leave the front door open for home invasion. They broke the back door for home invasion. So, and God knows what else. If you had to guess, it's drug activity, so their drug buddies can get in, or they're planning a burglary, robbery. Why would you make it easy access for anybody to get in like that if you weren't plotting and planning something? So there you go. All right.